All right, welcome drawing one. So for this next part of the assignment, I'm taking one of my sketches from previous weeks and incorporating texture in it. For the final project, I am asking that you incorporate 3 or more textures, plus you are allowed to use some solid shading in 20% or less of your sketch, but that's optional. So for the sketch, I want you to practice showing light and dark values, showing them kind of fading from dark to light or vice versa. The goal is to create contrast and emphasis on your positive shapes. So right now I am creating some hatching. Because these sketches are a bit smaller than the final work, I'm only asking for you to try out at least 2 different textures on them. At this time too, it may become evident that you don't have enough negative space, or you have, sorry, not that you don't have enough, but rather that you have too much. So you may have to add some other items to kind of break it up or allow things to go off the page a little bit more. So I'm starting out dark behind my positive shape, and I'm making it darker not only by using a firmer kind of grasp on the pencil and more pressure, but I'm also overlapping a little bit more. So I'm overlapping the texture, the hatching a bit more. And I'm even putting a little shading into this too. I'm not outlining though. I'm using the texture to help create emphasis. I'm now moving to the other side, and you can see as I start towards the edge of my positive shape, I am creating a much darker kind of shade of the hatch. And then as I move in, I'm lightening it and doing fewer of them. So kind of darkening, really pushing down with my pencil, keeping a nice sharp pencil. And then as I move out, I'm doing less and less hatch marks and fewer of them. Okay, I have completed the middle with my hatch marks. On the left side, I have done some solid shading, and notice it's getting darker as it touches the the positive shape, and lighter as it comes out. And now I'm going to start doing some scumbling, which is just kind of a controlled scribble. And it's going to be quite tight as it hugs the shape, but as it moves out, you'll start to see it more, and I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. So this is more of a gestural mark, so it's more controlled than the scumble. And if you can see closely, again, you've got those scumble marks there. All right, so here's my finished sketch. As you can see, I have the scumbling over here. I kind of played with having the scumble get larger as it came out. I really pushed the darkness along the edge here, and now looking at the drawing, I can see, oh, I could have gone a bit darker here. So I certainly think I'll go back in and darken up the hatching that I did here. So again, you are completing one sketch with texture, using at least 2 different kinds of textures in your sketch. You may use some solid shading in a small area as well. And when you move on to the final, you are using at least 3 different textures. You may use 20% solid shading, but you can choose not to as well. But hopefully this will get you closer to understanding what the expectations of the project are.